Good day, good day. Hey, thank you for joining me. Hey, just in case you're joining me for the very first time, I'm your host. I'm the one they call Glaze Gibbs. And my story is my life experience. My story is my ministry. I talk about the good, I talk about the bad, I talk about the ugly. I talk about everything that I've been through from A to Z. And you know what? It's like sometimes people don't understand, like, some of the things that you go through in life and some of the things that you experience in life. One of the things that I got a chance to experience in life, when given a second chance, when I got that opportunity and I was given a second chance, I made a promise to myself that I would never go back to prison. I would never make that multi-billion-dollar prison system my permanent address. So what I did is I took action. I committed to myself. When I got out, I was committed. My mother died, and I said I was never going back to jail. I don't care if I had to go around collecting aluminum cans. I was never going back to jail. So when I got out, I started doing different things. And some of the things that I started doing, I started applying myself for different jobs. You know what? The first job I got was a sales job. And as time went on, the second job I got a job, working part-time at UPS. Anybody know anything about UPS and what they say, what can Brown do for you? It's like when I got a job at UPS, I can remember I was working at this retail shop. And I can remember like the UPS driver used to come in each and every day dropping off package. I used to ask him, I said, yo, man, his guy name was Bob. I said, Bob, let me ask you a question, man. Every time I look around, your company's hiring. If I fill out for an application for a part-time package handler, would they hire me? So he go like this, man, yeah, they'll hire you in a heartbeat or whatever. So you know me, I say later for it because once again, I'm just getting out. I got a retail job, and you're on commission and base pay, and it was decent. But I wanted more. So the difference is I got the opportunity. I filled out the application, and right now they called me for the interview. I went in an interview, and basically I applied myself. And once I applied myself, like learning different position in that place, it was like unbelievable because I can remember soon as I got there, and as I got there, different people coming up to me, asked me, oh man, do you want to become a supervisor? So I'm saying, hold on, wait. I just got here. Let me learn the operation first. Let me learn my way in and out the building because this building was a hub. So basically it's like 30 doors on one side, 30 doors on another side. So it's a 60,000 hour piece per hub per hour. So I said, allow me to get used to the place and learn the place before I can think about becoming a supervisor. Because a lot of times what they do is they give people opportunity that they're not ready for. It's like, how can I supervise people if I can barely get in and out of the building? If I don't know my way in and out, how can I teach somebody how to handle package, how to do different things? So you know what? I say, wait. And I waited. And as time went on, I learned, the situation, learned what I was up against. And you know what? Slowly but surely, I didn't directly got into management. What I did was I became an Article 22.3, which is, back then they had a strike, the new UPS strike, because of the union environment, they had a strike and they wanted more full-time job. Because basically I started out part-time and most of the people that come in the door can start out part-time. So I started out part-time, learned the operation, then I became full-time, Article 22.3. First half of your job might be easy or hard. If your first part of the job, the first 4 hours is hard, the second part gonna be more laid back, vice versa. So I got the job, I got the opportunity, became an Article 22.3, and I built the relationship. I used to go in, leaving my retail job and go to UPS. I used to have the night shift, the graveyard shift. So I used to get there sometime after leaving my retail job, and I used to be suit and tie because that's how you dress in retail. So sometimes I used to come in that building right now, knowing what I was doing. I'm coming in with a suit and tie, and my long coat, my Godfather hat, and my leather briefcase. And as I'm coming into the building, a lot of upper management, bigwig was going out. And when they see me, I used to address them. Hey, how you doing on this marvelous Monday, terrific Tuesday, wonderful Wednesday, tremendous Thursday, fabulous Friday? Say, hey, looking at me, who the heck is this cat? So the difference is what you got to do is you always be selling. So I was selling myself because I knew eventually right now I didn't want to sort package. I didn't want to unload trucks or box truck. I want to go higher. So in order to be the part, you have to look the part. So what happened is as time go on, building, your network and your relationship with people, I got the opportunity. To go into HR. I went in HR as a recruiter interview, didn't have no degree. I applied myself and I was able to grow with the company. Then I got the opportunity right now to go into the operation as a full-time soup. And people do not understand, like right now, that was a bad mistake on my behalf. Because once again, when you get in there, you're supposed to be a part-time supervisor first. You learn one area. Once you learn and master that area, you graduate, you go to another area. Once you learn and master that area, then you graduate, go to another area. You know, you got so many different, like I'm saying, operation in that you're supposed to learn and master before you actually become a full-time supervisor. But me, being Brian Glaze Gibbs, took a shortcut. You know what? I went to human resource, got the opportunity to go into operation as a full-time operation supervisor. And let me tell you, boy, that was a mistake. Why? Because once again, here it is right now. That's like, you know, going from kindergarten and going to the 6th grade. You're going to fail miserably. And initially, that's what happened. I wound up failing miserably. But the key is having thick skin to stick it out. Guess what? That's what happened. I can remember, and like I say, the story is about me, you know what I'm saying, versus, you know, George Willis. Like George Willis, this is his brother right here. George Willis at that time was, he was a divisional manager at the time. And right now, when he retired, he was like the United States, you know what I'm saying, president of the United States for UPS. Okay? That's George Willis. Good dude. Here you go again. And right now, like I said, he just recently retired as UPS president of operation. 430,000 people in the United States that work for UPS reported to George Willis. Good guy. I can remember right now was me and him. Okay, it's like 20 of us in a conference room and we had a meeting. And when we had a meeting, you know what? He asked me a question. My manager, Miguel, happened to be next to me. Miguel gave me a nudge and basically gave me an answer to give to him. So I'm looking at the answer, knowing the answer was wrong, but me and Miguel going back and forth. And I'm trying to explain, no, that's the wrong answer. But nah, he's telling me, go ahead. So, you know, everybody believe in that. That's why I never went to the military, because I probably would have got court-martialed. Everybody believe in that chain of command. So you're supposed to follow, you know, saying the person that you up under. So anyway, what I did is I made a heck of a mistake. That mistake, what I did, I gave Willis the wrong answer. And what did I do that for? When I gave him the answer that Miguel, my manager at the time, told me to give to him, guess what? Like I say, he ripped me. Mind you, it's like 20-something people in the conference room from every department. So here it is. He asked me a question, and right now I gave him that wrong answer. He ripped me apart. Ripped me apart. So he asked me another question. I tried to answer it. He shut me down. He asked me another question. I'm trying to answer it. He shut me down. Then he asked me another question. And every time I answered, right now is because of the chain of command, because this is his building at the time. You know what? He shut me down. So finally, the third question that he asked me, I snapped. I hit the desk, boom, and pushed away from the desk and looked directly at him. I said, can I talk? Can I answer the question? Every time you ask me a question, you're being rude and disrespectful and shut me off. Now I got the floor. So to me, I expressed myself and left it as that. Man, after that meeting, both of the manager pulled me to the side, pulled me into my little office. And they say, look, man, you can't do that. I said, what you mean I can't do that? See, you can never challenge your boss. Because once again, this is corporate America. I come from the street. Respect is respect. So now I have to learn this game all over again, but I have to learn the corporate American style, which is totally, totally different. Respect is respect. We both put on our pants the same way, despite, you know what I'm saying, you might be the divisional manager and I'm a supervisor, I'm up under you or whatever, and there's a chain of command. Still, you can't talk to me or you can't treat me any type of way that you want to talk to me under any circumstance. But they, you know, no, you can't do that. It's a way about doing that. You just got to let them have their moment and everything like that. And I didn't agree with that. You know, but then again, guess what? I'm not in the street like them all. I'm not a common thug no more. I'm not a drug dealer no more. I'm not a hustler no more. I'm not a sticker kid no more. I'm not a gangster no more. I'm in a legit role. I'm in a legit world playing a legit role. So guess what? You got to learn to adapt. And that's what I had to do. It's like vomiting. Opposed to spitting the commode, you got to swallow it, as gross as it may seem. And that didn't really sit well with me. But guess what? If I wanted to be successful in corporate America, that's what Brian Glaze Gibbs have to do. You can't continue to take matter or law into your own hand. So that's what I did. I had to take a couple of steps backwards. You know, here it is right now. As time went on, I ran into George again, and George's like, look, man, you know what? You got a lot of balls. And he said, you know what? I respect that. But he said, listen, that time in the meeting, you know what I'm saying? He said, that was on me. Okay? That was on him. He admitted that was on him. But the next time something like that happened, it's going to be on me. So, okay, cool. I guess you can take it any way you want to take it or whatever. It's like a form of threat. But I didn't really pay no mind because you know what? George was a good guy. Like I told you right now, is brother grew up in Georgia, been with UPS for years. Like I said right now, he worked his way from a part-time hourly employee. And then he became basically the UPS president. Like I say, all 340,000 people that work for United, UPS, guess what Brown can do for you? Report it to him. Imagine. Or Morehouse graduated. And look what he accomplished. He just recently retired. So to me, even from that exchange, we used to go back and forth about different things. I can remember one time in a meeting what happened, because once again, UPS was, we management. So you don't supposed to work or anything. But then again, when you got anywhere from 75 to 100 employees reporting to you, when you got 5 to 6, supervisors reporting to me, I had like over 100 employees, 5 to 6 supervisors, reporting to me, my area. So you got to make sure everything was run right, everything was accounted for, because it come back on you. Guess what? When anything go wrong, it's going to be you. So the difference is right now is, I learned a lot from him. I learned a lot from him. And right now is like, I can remember one time in a meeting again, all of us, you got people from the theater department. You got people from, industrial engineer department. You got people from, different department. We all in there. And then you got the night hub crew, the managers, the supervisors, everything. And I can remember even then, like he said one time, all of us in the meeting. So he'd say, you know what, everybody, stand up. He said, nah, you sit down. So he made me sit down. He said, look at him. See, look at him. Look at this brother. Here it is right now. Look at his shoes. Look at his suit. Look at his shirt. Look at his tie. Look at this guy. Look at his glasses. He even match his outfit or whatever. He said, man, this brother look like GQ. Look like he just woke up the GQ magazine. So here it is right now. He told everybody, you know what? Clap, applaud. I'm like looking at this brother, man, what's wrong with him? You know what I'm saying? Period. But, he making a point. So after the meeting, he just pulled me to the side. And this was his exact word. He said, listen, man, for the future, never come in my building looking better than me. I'm like, what? He said, never come in my building looking better than me. I said, so, okay, cool. How am I supposed to come in your building? He said, if I'm in the building, you take off your suit jacket. I said, okay, cool. That's the type of bond relationship that we had. And the difference is right now with people, as time went on, he just told me, he said, look, man, you're in a little wild side. But he said, let me tell you something, man. He said, you better be lucky that you didn't know me when I was much younger. I said, I better be lucky I didn't know you when you was much younger. And wow, okay, cool. So what I did was I had to laugh about it, and I walked away. And you know what? Okay, phone was ending. I want to call on a few people from my old neighborhood. I said, yo, man, you know what this guy going to tell me, man? The division manager for UPS, you know what he's going to tell me? He said, what? He said, I better be lucky I didn't know him when he was much younger. And they just bust out and laugh like I did or whatever. They said, man, he don't have a clue. He better be lucky he didn't know you. You know what I'm saying? Period. Based upon who I once was. And folks, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Honestly speaking, you know what? We don't know who that next person is. You don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know who your neighbor are. You don't know who your coworker are. But the difference is in life, people can change. And that's the difference. Here it is right now. Like he say, if I would have ran into him when he was younger and I was younger and he felt he had the upper hand, he didn't even have a clue. Now, why he didn't have a clue? Because he didn't know who the hell Brian Glaze Gibbs really was. And that's the difference. And you know what? I can honestly say that was then, this is now. And I respect him. Because once again, this brother, like I told you, started out. UPS is the only company that I know basically you can start on a part-time level. Part-time level. And basically when you walk out and you can retire as, right now is the CEO, the president of the UPS of the United States. That's huge. That's huge. And that's the difference. I had that opportunity. And I was granted that opportunity because I was granted a second chance. So, folks, I don't care what you're thinking about in life, what you're thinking about who you was or what you once did right now was, guess what? Everybody have a past. let he or she who are not sinned cast the first stone. Like I tell you right now, I was given another opportunity and I was able to go in there, blend in with these folks and become a part of them, become part of their team, became part of what can Brown do for you. I was able to do that. You know why? Because once again, I put away all that negativity. I put away my past to my past and I started a new beginning. So I was given a second chance and guess what? I took full advantage of that second chance. And thanks to folks there at UPS, from, you know what I'm saying, the George Willis to the Myron Gray to the George Brooks to the Stephon Wilson, to the John Warren, to the Shirley, I can't even think of her name. She the one interviewed me and gave me the opportunity. And what I'm trying to say right now, at one point in time, I was making more money at my part-time job than I was making at my full-time job until I made UPS my full-time job. So the difference is, like I said right now, folks, it's never too late. And once again, shout out, like I said right now, what can Brown do for you as a Fortune 40 company? And like I tell you right now, I learned a lot from there. If you can make it there, it's like almost similar to New York. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. Once again, thank you for joining me. Hit that like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and listen right now. Get your signed copy of this book, Beyond Lucky, the Glaze Gibbs story, a true story of change and redemption. If I can change, anybody can change. Right now, I was once a boss in illegal activity in the criminal world. But the difference is right now, when I got out, I used that same principle in corporate America. And guess what? I was able to excel by knowing how to move your people around, how to put out fire, how to service the customer. That's what life is all about. But the difference is right now, I was given a second chance. And you know what? I took full advantage of it. So, once again, like I try to tell people, it's never too late. I don't care how dark or how bleak your situation is. It's never too late. If you get an opportunity, guess what? You got to believe. You got to believe that you can do all things through Christ with strength. You have God be for you. Who can be against you? Hit that like button and share my story. Follow me on Instagram, Brian Glaze Gibbs. Once again, if I can change, anybody could change. Because change comes from where, folks? Change comes from within. Thank you for joining me. One love.